Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dave.
What's going on? This is Brandon.
And this is Joshua. You are now tuned into PBT Horror. Fuck. Oh, sorry.
You are now
Maybe you don't hear so good. Maybe I clean out your ears for you.
No, Mama, please. I've been a good boy. You don't understand. I've been good, Mama. Please don't make me deaf, Mama. Please. I'm sorry.
I'm not. Oh, Carlos,
Hi, this is Georgina Jane. I'm a film actress known for Cupid, Don't Speak, and soon to be released Cannibal Troll. And you are tuning into PBD Horror.
You are now tuned to PBT Horror. How's that?
Is that how do you feel good about that?
What's going on, guy?
I'm reading the fucking notes now. All right, let me do it one more time. Ready? PBT Horror.
Wonderful.
Good.
I'm proud of that.
All right, Brandon, take it away.
This is reporting live on PBD Horror. This is Horror News.
The new Halloween Kills trailer. And we just all watched it together. And I have to admit, it was sick. I'm not sure how I feel about them making the film available to stream the same day on Peacock. I was thinking about watching it at home, but after watching this trailer, I definitely want to go check it out in the theaters. What about you guys?
I mean, the trailer looked awesome. I don't know. The theater thing I've been kind of conflicted with. I guess if this was normal times, I would definitely be in the theater. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. I'll make my decision, but I'll probably go see it in the theater. Actually, this one I'm gonna go. Yeah,
dude, no one's in the theater. When I go all the time, it's just me and my kids and my girlfriend. There's no one in there. So
I picture like guys that look like Josh being in the theater and just like coughing over all the seats, stuff like that.
Like sniffing the seats when people get up.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So, Josh, what do you think about the trailer?
You know what? I had no inkling to watch the last Halloween. I still haven't watched it. I don't care. It actually looks good. It looks like he actually goes nuts and kills people in a violent way, which I like. So hopefully, it looks good. I'm gonna wait for you guys to see it and then obviously judge after that. If you guys love it, chances are I'll hate it. If you guys are like, yeah, it's okay, then I'm gonna love it, so I'm gonna go see it. But I gotta admit, we just had this discussion when H2O came out, and then there was Resurrection, and then there was the remake Halloweens, and there was the other Halloween. I just gave up on Michael Myers for a long time. I don't care anymore. A lot of people feel like that with Chucky. I feel like that with Michael Myers.
It's sad.
All right.
It's sad, Josh.
It looks really awesome, but I do not have high hopes at all. So
you just spent a really long time just to let us all down.
I don't know. I think I like it.
Yeah, it's just to basically say you don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
It looked good, but I just don't care. Fucking guy.
So one cool aspect of that trailer is they highlight how they bring back former people from the first film, former victims. Yeah. And you see the woman from Housewives.
Yeah.
From Bravo or whatever. So Kylie Richards, I think it is. So you see her character because she was one of the little girl that Jamie Lee Curtis was babysitting. So I think that's cool. It's kind of like with the last one that came out, the 2018 one, how they paid a lot of homage to the original. And I see them doing that again with this one, but it also looks like super brutal. So I can't wait to check that out.
So it looks like someone hit the green light on my Hallmark horror film idea. Fucking Bruce Campbell will star in an upcoming Hallmark Christmas movie called One December Night, which will release on Hallmark on Saturday, November 13th. I feel like fucking Dennis Schroeder, man. I fucking fumbled the bag. I could have fucking cashed in on this idea, and now Hallmark's taken over and just making horror fucking movies now.
Yeah. So they're releasing a movie called One December Night in November. And there's a drag racers.
November 13th.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Hey, it is what it is.
Is there a plot line?
Oh,
I didn't even look into this shit. I just seen that that's what they're gearing up for.
we've had this discussion before. Like, Hallmark kind of ran out of people to hire, so they were hiring horror directors and horror producers because I don't know why, but a lot of their movies in the past couple of years have strayed to that.
I thought that was Lifetime.
It is Lifetime. Isn't
Is
that
Hallmark
what
and Life?
We're talking about Hallmark.
Yeah, Hallmark has been doing the same thing. If it works for Lifetime, it works for Hallmark. Like they're like Lifetime started doing this, and I think Hallmark is just taken over.
Is this based on opinion or fact?
Huh?
I feel like you just made a mistake and you won't own up to it, and now you're like, no, Hallmark's the same thing.
No, it's the same thing. Fuck it. I'm not owning up to the mistake. I already fucked up the intro.
Whatever. Well, my girlfriend's mom is really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
So,
that,
I
yeah,
think-
isn't that their thing? Hallmark Christmas movies. So
Yeah, so I let her know. So I said, "Oh, we're gonna be watching this movie." She goes, "Oh, finally a movie I'll enjoy." So we'll see.
awesome. That's awesome.
So we talked about the CW putting together a Lost Boys series, which never took off.
Yep.
Warner Brothers is developing a new Lost Boys movie. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it looks like it's gonna go with the young cast, like the kid from The Quiet Place and some of the kids from It Chapter 2,
Of course.
Chapter 1. You know, so
God.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm not sure.
I'll wait to see what they come up with, but it already annoys me.
Nah.
Why didn't they just use the kids from Stranger Things? That's what everybody else is doing.
It's the same thing. Kids from It, kids from Stranger Things, like the same,
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty sure some of them are going to be in it too, probably.
I hope it's the kid from Stranger Things that has like the teeth, but then he like got teeth in like second season, but like they can get him to take the teeth out. He's my favorite. I love that kid.
Man, I don't know how I feel about this, but it is what it is. It was bound to happen, you know?
Yeah.
So
I guess it's better than other things that they had talked about doing it. Because wasn't there at one point they were talking about doing the Lost Boys series, but it was going to be replace it with females or something like that.
Yeah, there was a lot of ideas that was thrown on the table. So, you know, and that's why it just never took off. Actually, you know, I'd rather see a movie than a series, you know? So
yeah, I can deal with that.
I can do, you know what I mean? Because if it was a series, I think that I would probably watch like one episode, because like even with Scream, like I probably only watched like the first 2 episodes of that series and I never went back and watched it again.
Yeah.
People like it, but I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
Right.
So I can find myself being in the same boat with that.
Yeah. I want them to come out with a movie for a bunch of guys like us.
Guys
Two
like Josh.
2 30-year-old dudes and Josh. You know, just guys like us.
They already did, and we talked about it on the podcast. It was your Bukkake movie, remember?
Josh, shut up.
Oh my God.
I forgot the name of it. Velvet.
Hey Josh, I got some good news for you.
Oh,
I have some good news. So Peacock announced that Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart will host Snoop and Martha's Very Tasty Halloween on October 14th.
that's fucking great. I love it. I can't. I will be watching that.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it too. So they're gonna like host like a bake-off or whatever the fuck it is. So it's a cook-off and shit. So I don't know. Get some Snoop treats in there.
Him and Martha Stewart fucking. You know they hit it before they fucking go out. That's messed up, man.
So put that on your Google Docs. Martha Stewart, the Snoop, a Very Tasty Halloween, October 14th.
I hope it's a good pageant.
What shizzle? All right. Elvira's 40th anniversary, a very special, a very scary, a very special Saturday, September. What the fuck? Who named this? Why? Why is it a very scary, very special?
It just sounds great.
I guess so. So that's going to be on Shudder September 25th at 8 p.m. Are you guys tuning in?
No.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
4 films, so I mean, I definitely won't make it through 4 films, or maybe I'll just watch the whole thing on. But I mean, I'll definitely watch it at some point. I think I was like so adamant, like with the Joe Bob stuff. I was like, I got to watch it the night of, but
Yeah.
it's hard to keep up sometimes. So I end up catching a lot of them like later.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, you're not excited about some Elvira?
You know what? I was never a huge Elvira fan, and everyone might hate me, but I love my horror host, like Svengoolie. Even David the Rock Nelson did some shit. So I really like that. I like the old Zachary stuff. Remember, he did the Monster Mash, so he was a horror host way back in the day. So Elvira, everyone liked her because she had her boobs taped.
We know
up.
why everyone liked her. Yes.
Yeah. I was never a huge fan. Like, lovely person in real life, but I just wasn't a huge fan. So I probably will not watch it. I have no desire.
Huh?
I don't respect that, but I respect that.
You're just shitting on everything today, man.
I have other things.
Nice. All right, so that wraps up horror news.
There's more news.
What?
Carousel 2 is wrapped up and should be dropping soon.
Yeah.
So,
well, you don't care, Josh. You don't even want to see it ahead of time.
I will be watching Duke the fucking
Nope.
Killer.
You won't. I told you about it. He was looking for people to watch it ahead of time and write reviews, and you're like, we don't really do that.
He's gonna put it on his fans only, and I have his fans only. So
Only fans, you fucking
That's
clown.
exactly what I said.
Fans only, and I have it. What account do you have? What account do you have of his only fans? You said that really proud.
Yes.
Is it X-rated one, or is it the movie one?
Is that what it's called? OnlyFans?
Sure.
I don't
Well,
know.
you got it. You got it. I don't.
Yeah, it's under Steve Buster. Check it out. We had him on the show, remember?
Steve Bustin' nuts.
Yes, we do.
Really weird when you go on there and you start watching some of the videos, like for some reason that it's all like naked girls up top, like you may like, and I'm like, what the
My
fuck?
wife's in the
No,
other room.
I want to stick to my horror hosts.
That's it.
All right.
And that wraps up. Are you finished? Are you done with horror news? You got any other
Wrap
fucking
it
movies?
up.
You got any other fucking movies?
Nope, that's it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait.
All
All
right.
right. That wraps up horror news.
The shizzle.
I love it. Off the hizzle for shizzle.
So, for everyone that's in the Rhode Island area, here are some of our upcoming events at Buttonwoods Brewery the month of October. We will screen Basket Case on Friday, October 8th at 8 p.m. Then on Sunday, October 10th, we will be hosting Little Pop-Up Shop of Horrors, which will showcase local artists that have become really good friends of ours over the years, putting together our events. So if you're in the Rhode Island area, come through, support some really cool people. Then we wrap up October with a screening of Halloween 2 on October 22nd at 8 p.m. So come through, support the PVD crew if you can. We appreciate all the love and support that we have gotten over the last few months. So we're trying to make October really spooky. If you're here, come party.
Yeah. And just to kind of also throw this out, we're going to be doing some charity collections for those during our movie events. Operation Stand Down RI we're going to be doing a donation collection for them. It's a great resource that collects funds for homeless or at-risk veterans. And then for our Halloween 2 screening, it's going to be for the Impossible Dream Playground. So it's a playground for individuals with special needs, and that is located in Warwick. So we'll be collecting donations and for both of those charities. So definitely looking to give back as well. So hope you can see you guys there.
And to my knowledge, it is the only playground in the state of Rhode Island with a wheelchair swing. So
Oh, nice. Very
yeah,
cool.
and it's a really good wheelchair swing. So they're the only one in Rhode Island that has it. So that's why I suggested that. I think that's really good cause to keep that up. So
For sure. All right.
All right.
Don't hit that snooze button. It's time for Slept On Saturday. All right, so we are going to move on to our Slept On Saturday films, and I wanted to be polite and let Josh go first because he has a pretty cool movie he wants to talk about. So, Josh, tell us about your Slept On pick.
it's actually your movie that I
Oh,
borrowed.
what do you know?
Hey, Red Sin Tower was my pick. It's pretty funny. Toe tag. I'm an old school fan. I think that was one of the first things we talked about when we met, Dave, was toe tag.
Yep.
And you had a bunch of their films, and I finally got to borrow Red Sid Tower, and holy fucking shit, it's insane. It starts off slow, but the tower is possessed, and it possesses people, and it is just. I gotta say, their films are very gory, and this one was no exception. It was really like, but it was also the cinematography. It was beautiful the way it was shot. The cinematography added to it. The enclosed space really added to it. The fog, like I thought the scenery was great. The kills were great, and it was really insane. Like the rape scene was really tough. Like that was a tough. I was like, damn. So if you're squeamish, probably shouldn't watch it. It's very, what's the word? Sensitive, Dave? Maybe that's a good word.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. But holy fucking shit, is it just over the top violent and crazy. So thanks for letting me borrow that, Dave.
Yeah, no doubt. I like you said, I remember that was like one of the first things we had connected about. And right away I was like, oh, I knew you would like that film. There was a couple others that I had in my collection that I let you borrow, and I kind of just, I let you borrow them just because there are other toe tag films, but that one definitely stuck out above like the other two I let you borrow, which were Murder Collection and Mask Head or something like that, or Baghead or something. Can't remember. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like, so what I like about it is more of a film than like the Mortem and the August Underground ones, like, which are like, home video. Like this is more like narrative. Like, so if you're familiar with toe tag from those films, this is a little bit of the different style than those kind of films.
Brandon, you didn't see it, right?
No, I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna add it to my Google Docs.
The Google Docs is the best invention I've ever came up with.
For sure. All right. Well, that's gonna bring me to my pick, which was a first-time watch for me. When a Stranger Calls from 1979. I just watched it somewhat recently, and I know that this is like sort of a cult classic, I guess you would say. Like, I know a good amount of people have seen this film already. But like I said, it was my first time watching it, and I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like watching two different movies if you were watching like a short film and then a full feature, because the first portion of the movie is very reminiscent of like Black Christmas, which also was like a late 70s movie. So girls, set up babysitting a kid, and she starts getting these crazy phone calls, and the voice on the call is almost like the Black Christmas scenario. Really creepy vibe. And then it cuts when she opens the door and there's a police officer at the door. And then you get like this, like the rest of the movie is almost like I don't know, like a whodunit cop thriller type movie. But I really liked it. I thought it was very good. Had some really interesting like elements from the 70s that you find in a lot of horror movies. And the biggest thing that stuck out to me is like the use of sound in the 70s horror movies. It's like really odd. Like they have like these noises that are like, it's almost like really disturbing. Like the voices don't seem to match the movie sometimes. It's like, it's hard to describe, but it's definitely like vocal aesthetic, I guess you would say, to it. So if you haven't seen it, I would definitely check it out, especially if you're a fan of something like Black Christmas. I think it's kind of like a good companion film to that. Have you guys seen this one?
I've
Brandon?
seen like bits and pieces like a long time ago, but like the remake. I've seen the remake, and then but this one I'll have to run it back.
Yeah, this was one of those classics that I really enjoy. So I think when you posted it, I meant to tell you I really like that was a really good pick. I actually have the original paperback and everything. Love that story. So good pick, Dave. Good pick.
Thanks, man.
I don't remember the old school film that much. I remember watching the remake and getting mad at the remake because they remade it. I'm allergic to remakes, but it's funny. Like you posted it, I remembered, and then now that I'm talking about it, I don't really remember.
Yeah. No, I can kind of see that. Like the scenes are, even though I watched it like a few weeks ago, a lot of the scenes I'm having a hard time like recalling, other than that first like 20 or so minutes. Like that really stuck out to me. And like, that whole like scenario, it's almost like in even like the newer House of the Devil or something, like when the babysitter goes into a strange environment, there's something like, off-putting about that kind of like situation. So definitely recommend checking these films out if you guys can get your hands on them.
I just want to throw in a Slept on Saturday pick that I had a few weeks ago, and I don't want to sleep on it. It's because I remembered I had rented this film, and I was just like, oh man, I remembered always watching this film when I was younger. Killer Party from 1986. Definitely slept on. Shout Factory had just released it, and it's like a sorority film. It starts off really slow because I remember watching this film when I was younger, and it was always on like USA or UPN or anything like that, and you would just catch the tail end of the film where everything is just going fucking crazy. And so when I posted that, a lot of people were saying, oh man, this is a great choice, so seeing it, check it out. It's called Killer Party. I think you can get it on Apple TV or anything like Amazon Prime or anything.
I was just going to ask. Yeah.
Yeah. So check that out.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for Slept on Saturday.
Sunday night streams.
That brings us to Sunday night streams, and I forgot to do one. I had it fucking made, and I just didn't get to post it. So fuck me.
You made it really yourself too.
Well, I wasn't even really supposed to post this one. I was sitting there and I'm sitting there like, damn, like somebody had messaged and said, oh, I love this movie. And I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, is that my fucking movie? I was like, Dave, did Dave step on my fucking toes? Did he fucking make a post? And I'm going back and looking. I'm like, oh, yeah, it wasn't even my fucking day to do it. So for everyone that's on social media, you got a double feature for Sunday night streams. My pick was Summer of 84. I had gone with Summer of 84 because a few days left in summer until we go into fall. So I always enjoy that film. It's like one of those films you can watch with your kids. My kids appreciate it. It definitely has that 80s vibe, Stranger Things vibe. If you haven't watched it, check it out. I don't really want to get into it too heavy because we talked about it before on one of our earlier podcasts, but I was just putting this up to close out summer with. And so now let's go into the real Sunday night stream that was supposed to fucking happen because this wasn't supposed to be here.
Well, Brandon, I really like Summer of 84 as well. So I thought that was, a good film to post because I think it is pretty well liked around the horror community. But if anyone hasn't seen it, they definitely should check that out. But the film that I had posted was called Slasherette Party. I am struggling saying Slasherette for some reason because it's like Slashlorette. So Slasherette Party, and this was an indie film. Well, the reason why I even really saw it was because that guy, Drew Marvick, he looks like Josh actually, kind of, but better looking.
Ouch.
Well, he's an actor, man. He was in that film, Josh, that you watched. What was that one about the pool?
Pool Party Massacre.
Party Massacre. So I think we
awesome beard, man. He
really does.
I cut mine from. Man, his is dope.
Yeah, I was just kidding, Josh. You're a good looking dude too. But anyways, yeah. So he had posted about it, and when I saw his picture from it, I was like, oh damn, that looks like it's gonna be a fun one. And it did not disappoint. So it was filled with like characters that you either loved or hated, but like either way, they were all kind of funny. The ladies in this film are really nice to look at. And they all did a really good job too. And Drew Marvick is really, really funny. His character is just like really quirky and odd. And when they get to like the end where they're like, you reveal like what the whole thing that's happening is all about, it's like kind of funny. And yeah, it was just a good time. I was kind of drunk when I watched it, and I had a really good time watching it. So I kind of suggest everybody get drunk if that's your thing, or do whatever else you do. Or just watch it with some seltzer water and enjoy your time.
Seltzer, what the?
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
I know you like summer of 84. What about summer of 86? No, 96.
Summer of 96, summer of 70, 76, summer of 60 and 66. I like all those films too. I'm a big fan. Anything that ends with sixes.
Summer of 96.
Big fan of all those films for sure. So I think both of our Sunday streams, I think we're both basically saying people should check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think these are both actually good summertime movies. So I would watch them like ASAP before we get into the fall.
It's that time of the week where we highlight a unheard of, underrated, underground, independent, low-budget gem, happily titled So Bad It's Good. So that brings me to my picks, the So Bad It's Good. And last week I picked Barry, which is about a stuffed animal bear that Sarah French actually is in it, and she is getting divorced, and her friend, who just happens to be Felissa Rose, drops a bear, and she says, "I love you, Barry," and then the bear goes on a murderous rampage and kills everybody, and it's absolutely amazing. I love those inanimate objects come to life going on a killing spree. So, but this one was really well done. I really liked it. It's better than Slacks, Brandon.
No, yeah.
I called Walmart. I put that on hold for you. You didn't even pick it up. What the fuck?
It was canceled. I think they ran out. They told me they was like, sorry, we cannot fulfill your order. Your order has been canceled because we have sold out.
And that Barry came out in 2021. Slacks was last year, but it was really good. It was really good. It was like laughable good. Like, I can't believe this is happening. What the so good. So
I have to check it out. Sarah French, she actually sent a message and said that you rock for posting that.
I saw that. I turned into a little fanboy. I was running around the house like, oh my god, she said I was awesome. And say, come on our podcast because I love you.
What, Miranda? What did you say?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There was another one I picked. I can't remember when, and I really wanted to talk about it on the podcast. And it's called Coons. And it was Night of the Bandits of the Night. And that is a trauma film that I really think more people should watch it because it's killer raccoons, like rabid raccoons. And they're just, you could tell they're like little animated puppets and hand puppets. And sometimes you can see the hand holding the puppet. It's so bad, but it's trauma. So you can't go wrong with the film. And it's like that madcap over the top gore that trauma is known for. And it's one of those movies where if you've seen it, you're like, oh my God, that movie was so bad. It was awesome. Which is so bad. It's good. Right. And then if you haven't seen it, everybody's like, that's so stupid, you know, but once you watch it, you're like, oh dude, that was fucking great. Like you want to see it. So
when you posted that, I kind of looked at it and I was like, what the fuck is this? And so, because, you know, Coons has a racial term. And so I'm sitting there, and now you clear it up and you tell me that it's a trauma movie. I'm like, all right, I understand. Because they
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That's you know what? I'm so like not.
I know, but like I said, trauma is the ones that'll kind of like stick that shit in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
They walk that line. It is what it is, but I was looking at it. I was like, all right.
it wasn't a racist movie. Like,
No, I know it's not. But that's
characters,
the type of way the line they step on. But it is what it is.
That was their big one was Honky Holocaust. That was the racial one, and I had remember I was going to post it, and then that was right when Floyd got killed, and then the Black Lives Matter really came up, and you guys were like, absolutely not. And it wasn't like a bad racist movie, like hate everybody kind of thing. It was the opposite.
Kind of like one of those good racist movies.
But it's like, I guess you really can't say that, but it's a touchy subject in a way. Yeah, you don't want to offend people, so I was totally on board, and I get it. But Trauma, that was their big, like, that was the big one, the racist movie. For those of you that don't know, the storyline is Charles Manson's family incites a gang, a race war in LA, and the black people overrun the white people. So it's pretty cool. And then they go into hiding, and then they come out and they all get killed because they're fucking racist. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie.
So
good morals.
So as we're on Trauma still right now, like that's the thing, you know, the Toxic Avenger had all that background in it with the racism and everything like that. It is what it is at that time. And then like you can still watch that film and you can sit back and be like, all right, whatever, because of how the film was. But how the fuck do they remake that film? For like the remake that's coming out, how do you fucking even do it? Because they're not going to be able to touch on that shit at all.
You know, like also aside from like racist stuff, there's also like the way they kind of depict people with special needs.
Oh yeah,
like they had that whole movie Special Ed, which I refused to watch, but you know, I just by looking at the cover. But even like, you know, the Toxic Avenger, his actual character when he's in human form is kind of like a special ed character. So it's kind of like, I don't know how they do it. It'll be interesting to see. I really don't know.
I think they're just gonna go like really commercial with it and kind of make them probably like a fucking Marvel superhero or something. But like I don't get how you do this now, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't suck. All right, so we started with Barry, and now we are with Toxic Avenger. Thank you, Josh. You're so bad it's good. I don't know how we got to where we got, but we got there. It's the journey that matters, right?
It's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do. It's Bears and Scares.
All right, guys. So for my Bears and Scares, I decided to discuss today something that I felt like maybe we would all have a shared interest in. So I went with a beer that I got from Drecker Brewing, which is in Fargo, North Dakota, called Ectogasm. And the movie I was watching while I was enjoying this delicious beer was Wishmaster from 1997. So I made a general assumption that the two of you guys probably saw Wishmaster.
Yep.
Was that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Thought so. So let me just start with the beer. So this Drecker Brewing is like a pretty popular spot, but we don't really get them in Rhode Island. So I think I had grabbed this when I was in New York at one point. Really, really tasty. This was a 7% hazy New England IPA with Citra and Mosaic hops. It was really delicious. If you guys like those hazy IPAs like I do, this is one you're definitely going to want to grab if you can get your hands on it. Like I said, I don't think you can get Drecker here in Rhode Island, so you got to look elsewhere if you're from here. But from what I hear, everything they do is pretty well sought out and good. So yeah, definitely enjoyed that. All right. The Wishmaster, this was my first time watching it. And this is one of those films that I've been meaning to watch for like 20 years, probably. I don't know why I could never watch it. You know what it is? I think I turned it on a couple of times, saw like the opening scene where they're in like pyramid or something like that. And I was like, oh, this isn't really what I thought it was. So I shut it off. So this time I was like, no, I'm going to actually make it through no matter what. So when they go to modern times, that's when it was, for me, I was able to enjoy it a little bit more. Definitely some cool kills. So yeah, this was a really good film. I enjoyed it a lot. I would definitely kind of regret sleeping on it for so long, but I do that a lot with movies. I kind of like keep telling myself I'm going to watch him, and then I put him off for so long. Yeah. The one thing I want to bring up to you guys, young Kane Hodder. That scene is awesome. So he has a pretty cool scene, kill scene. Brandon, I was going to suggest to you might want to use that for one of your kills of the week.
I'll look into it.
If you look on, yeah, if you look online, there's actually like things you can buy of like the kill scene cutout of him. It's like a still of Kane Hodder getting like sliced by the whatever it is that slices him. It's interesting looking, but seeing Kane Hodder as a young dude is pretty funny.
Yeah, so I actually seen this film back in 97 when it released, and so it had like the same feeling as you, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's different.
Yeah.
And then I think you appreciate it as you get a little bit older and you revisit it. So I don't know. What do you think about the sequels? Did you check the sequels out yet, or no?
I'm gonna start watching them because that's like been my thing. I want to make sure that like all the franchises that have multiple sequels, I'm trying to like tackle all those. So Witchboard was one of them, and this one is another one that I'm trying to get all the sequels. So I haven't seen any yet, but and Subspecies was another one. I'm trying to get all the sequels down for that.
Oh, I have the whole box collection. I'll give
Subspecies.
Yeah,
I'm up to part 4, I think. I don't know exactly how many there were. So, Josh, you have any thoughts about Wishmaster?
I'm surprised it took you so long to call yourself a fan. Disappointing, Dave. Disappointing me.
Wait, there's a lot of movies you haven't seen though.
Yeah.
Josh, how dare you call them out like that though?
Right? But you know what? I do the same thing. There's a lot of like movies that you guys are like, oh, why haven't you seen this? And I'm like, I just don't have the desire. Wishmaster, all 3 of them were really good though. Those films are solid. So I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I look forward to checking those out.
Crazier as they go.
Mm-hmm.
Like more low budget, but just crazier.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah, because the first one, I think that was the only one that went to the theater, and the second, the rest of them just went straight to video.
That's such a 90s thing too. Like they just pump out a bunch of sequels after straight to video.
Cash in. It's cash cow.
Gotta do it.
Easy money.
In now, your feature presentation.
All right. Now let's jump into feature presentation. This week we have 2 hit films that I think everybody's been kind of waiting for. So I'm going to start off with the first one. It's
Josh is raising the roof over there. The tiniest, the lowest roof I've ever seen.
Go up here.
All right, Josh, I'm pretty sure you'll never see these films, but it's for you.
Hey, Candyman's on my to watch list.
We're going to break it down, but I think that you would like this film, though. So Malignant is the new film by James Wan. Starting off this film, I was kind of shocked with the acting. It wasn't really good. It reminded me of like Saw at first. And then I went into the film only seeing maybe like one trailer. So I had no idea what I was about to watch. As I got deeper into the film, I began to appreciate it more because I realized they were just having fun and not taking themselves serious. I loved how it had many things added from the 80s. Definitely needed a film like this after the pandemic. The twist in the films was really cool, and I think it was really done well. So if you haven't checked this film out yet, you can see it in the theaters, and it's also streaming on HBO Max. You checked this film out, right, Dave?
Yeah, yep. Felt pretty much, you kind of summed up like how I felt about it.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good idea throughout the whole movie what was going on as far as like the twist. I just didn't know that it was. So there's like you can kind of guess what's happening, but then the way the twist, like there's an extra step to the twist that part I didn't understand. Josh, you are freaking nuts looking, dude.
What are you doing?
This is a podcast, not a fucking video, bro.
I know, that's the beauty of it. No one can see it.
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
So yeah. It was good. It was definitely enjoyable, but like the acting, I was like, wow, what is this?
Yeah. So how many times did you watch it? Just once?
Yeah, just once. Yep.
All right. So when I had first watched it, right, so I came home. So I had I had a few drinks because I had gone out to eat. I had gone out to the Capitol Grill. So I had some fucking strong ass drinks, right? Yeah.
Fancy.
Capitol Grill.
You fancy.
So Yep. So, dude, I had like fucking probably like 3 mixed drinks and like a fucking sangria. Like I was just done. And so I'm like on the couch and like I'm watching this shit and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, this acting is like terrible. I'm like, all right, like I mean, let me get through this shit. And then it's just like legit halfway through, like we fall asleep, and then I wake up and it's at the fucking scene where she's in jail and like
Oh
killing
God.
people. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, is this the same movie? Like, am I fucking watching The Matrix or some shit right now? And so I was just like, all right. And so from there, I was kind of locked in, and I had to run it back again. And so I was just like, all right, well, this film really wasn't taking itself serious, so now I gave it that chance, and I can definitely see like because when I put it up for Sunday night streams, a lot of people were sitting there saying, "Oh, this movie's awesome! It's a breath of fresh air," and then so I have to agree with them because it's like this is what horror needed. You know, it's just somebody just thinking outside the box and kind of being creative and putting so many things together and not just putting the normal shit that we're getting all the time. So it's like you really can't hate on this film. But
It's
you know what I
it's
mean?
not for everybody though. Like I can definitely
No.
see like there's some people that this is not their style like type of movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just want to have a good time, then this is definitely.
I think Josh, I think that you would really like this film. It's like one of your movies that actually made it to the big screen, that had a big budget.
So it's so bad it's good, but like,
Yeah,
all right, is it in theaters? Is that what you're telling me?
it's in theaters and it's also streaming on HBO Max.
I might go to a theater.
Hey, tomorrow, Bargain Tuesdays.
Is that all day? Well, I'm working till 5.
Yeah. Oh,
This
all
9
night.
to 5 is it's weird.
All night.
All night long.
All right. So the next film that I'm going to get into is Candyman. So I was able to check this film out at the theater. I know there was a lot of mixed reviews. I enjoyed it and all the nods to the original. I love the way it was shot and put together with the art house style. It's not a perfect film, but I thought it was good. Talking to a lot of Candyman fans about this film, I do agree. It did not touch on things they should have, and some things were rushed. Watching it in the theaters, I think it was just a cool experience. The acting was great, and I thought the story of Anthony's character was cool. I would have to check it out again to see how the replay value holds up. But Dave, I kind of went into this film. I know when I was telling you guys, I was like, yo, this fucking movie's like crazy. It's crazy. But I think it was just that same experience, kind of like how I had when I watched the Halloween 2018. You know, and then kind of like talking to people about the film and then how it was. Like you have so many people that just love Candyman. Like for me, like Candyman was always a good film for me to watch, but it wasn't like I can't sit there and say it was always one of my favorites. So I appreciate the story that they added on to the film. And so if you're looking outside as like a hardcore Candyman fan, some people feel let down. You know how they touch on in the other films, this more than one Candyman.
Yeah.
So basically, this is what this does also. And so I think that a lot of people were kind of hooked and they want it kind of like everything that Tony Todd had in the other films. This is not it. This is something different. So if I think that you go in with an open mind and everything and then like sitting back and kind of can appreciate the movie for what it is, I think you'll enjoy it. But if you go into it thinking like, hey, this is nothing like the regular other Candyman movies, I hate it, then you're gonna get lost in the sauce and you're not gonna like it. I think it's streaming now, available.
Yeah, it's like $20 on demand.
Yeah. I think there's some sites that have it though. You can watch it with that quality. So if
I was actually contemplating going to see this tomorrow for the Bargain Tuesday.
You have a lot going on too, like you know, like we talked about with the Black Lives Matters and the woke situation. A lot of people like, oh, well, it's too much in your face right now. Okay, a long time ago, the first films they were the same way.
Yeah,
but I think that it's just so much going on in the world today that people are some people are kind of tired of it. And you just gotta go into it and just check it out and just kind of appreciate it for what it is, and then like kind of not compare it to other ones.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow. And I'm a big Candyman fan, but hearing that it's going to be a little different than maybe what I first expected, I'll taper my expectations just because I am such a huge fan of like the original. But I did like the sequels as well. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be hard for this to let me down too much.
Yeah, I think you'll like the style, the way it was shot and everything like that, the art house style, and then like the direction that they had gone with it. Of course, like if they touched on like certain things a little bit more, then I think that like the hardcore fans will kind of love it more. But
I'm also pretty woke, so I'm probably gonna like it because I'm so woke.
Woke, dog.
What are you guys talking about?
Just being woke and stuff, you know.
Like you're awake?
Shut up, Josh.
Awake to the world.
When you wake up? Yes? This episode is gonna be called "Shut Up, Josh."
I'm asleep.
For shizzle. So I don't know if you guys like the Monster Monday. I've been trying to do videos. I don't know if you guys appreciate that.
Are you talking to us?
Are you talking to the fans?
I'm talking to you
to the listeners.
I was talking to you two, but I heard the fucking crickets, so never mind.
Hey,
fuck you,
Josh. We're just glad that you're doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Monster Monday, but I had slowed down because not a lot of people.
Bullshit.
like-
That's not why you stopped doing it.
No, I did. I did.
Lazy.
Don't lie to the people.
Nobody wanted to hear about the monsters.
It's like when you were like, "Oh, nobody likes my books," and then like a ton of people were like, "Where's the books?
Where's the
Yeah,
books?"
that's true. It's true. Yeah. So the movie I picked was The Curse of Humpty Dumpty, which Dave, you actually sent me the thing, which was pretty cool. You recommended it. You were like, "Oh, you should check this out. It just came on Tubi. It's from 2021, and it's a Jagged Edge Productions." And you were like, "You should check out Jagged Edge. I think you would like them." This movie.
I think you were talking about the R&B band.
That's what I keep thinking of when I think of that. Yeah. Let's get married. All right, Josh, we get it. You don't know what we're talking about. Come on.
Not at all.
Move on.
He's like, who are they? R. Kelly?
Well, I was in Walmart today. Guess what I heard? Guess what I heard?
What'd you have?
Jenny from the Block.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the Block. Oh yeah, I'm getting funky in Walmart.
Joshua from the Block guy. Hey.
I love me some J-Lo.
We were talking, Brandon, just because this just came up. Remember at the last horror event, and we were talking about who had a better album, Kanye or Drake, and Josh goes, Kanye. Yeah. We were talking about him. He's that guy that like did the thing with all the little girls. Like, no, that's R. Kelly, you idiot. Man, Josh really does live under a rock.
Yeah, he does.
You've been under that rock since 1996 when R. Kelly was still around.
I have no fucking idea who any of these people are. I don't like R&B. Like I'm not down with the hip and the hopping. All right, not since.
But you like Snoop Dogg, Sexual Seduction. I'm gonna send you that song. You'll like R&B.
That's a good song. That is a good song.
Well, Snoop Dogg's different because it's Snoop. So I'm trying to talk about a fucking movie over
here. All right,
guys.
go ahead. Curse of Humpty Dumpty.
Yes, it's a Jagged Edge Productions, and they're all named Loomis. Guess what that's named after? The family is named Loomis. This movie started out, and I was like, Dave got me watching a crappy horror movie. The first half hour or so, I was like, this is kind of dragging. The longer I watched it, the more sick and twisted it got. Just going to throw out some spoilers because I think everyone like should really watch this. A woman has dementia, but she's not a nice person, and she brought this demon into life, hence the Humpty Dumpty, but you don't figure that out for a while. And she doesn't know either because she has dementia and she forgets, and chases down her kids. And man, by the end of the movie, I was like, what the fuck just happened? It was so disturbing. Like it got worse and worse and worse. And as a parent, I'm like, this is fucked up. And then it just got more fucked up. And then it got more fucked up. And by the end, I was like, this is probably one of the most like fucked up movies that I have seen this year. Very twisted, very fucking twisted. But you don't like. Unfortunately, Humpty Dumpty looks very fake. Like the mouth doesn't move. You could tell it's just a mask. So yeah, and so a lot of the reviews are like, "Oh, this is terrible," but they didn't give the story a chance because they just you could tell once Humpty Dumpty comes to life, like, "Oh, this is just another killer doll type thing," and people didn't really give the story a chance. When the story unfolds at the end, like, holy shit! I don't want to ruin it too bad, but goddamn, you should watch it. It's really fucking good.
So, Josh, I'm glad you brought that up because I was telling you last time I saw you that I watched Conjuring the Genie, I think, which is another Jagged Edge Productions, and it was the same thing. The monster was wearing a mask that the mouth didn't move, and I was like, this is weird considering the cinematography of the movie did not look super low budget. It's kind of like those proportion production movies where we notice like, wow, these are movies that are made in 6 days, but they make them look like they're good budget movies. So I think it's a strange choice that they're making these movies with these monsters that are clearly going to get some feedback. We should bring on Scott Jeffrey, producer of Jagged Edge Productions and Proportion Productions, and ask them why they're making those choices. But it does kind of take away from, I think, the response to the movies because I haven't seen Curse of Humpty Dumpty yet. I'm excited to watch it. I'm going to watch it very soon. But the Conjuring the Genie, the movie wasn't bad. It was just that was kind of off-putting. So interesting. The scene that you posted on your Monster Monday though was a good scene. It looked kind of brutal, and the actual like look of the monster of Humpty Dumpty looked cool.
Yeah. So that scene, you don't expect it. Watching the movie, I did not expect that. That was one of the daughters, and I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck just happened? And she just like the mom just kind of sat there, and then it got like after that scene, the movie really started to get more twisted, and you realize just how fucked up the mom really is. And you're like, holy shit, like bad people get dementia too, you know? Yeah, it was very disturbing film, like by like, but you're right. It looked really good. The kill scenes were really good. The acting was pretty solid. Like they use a lot of the same actors. What was that lady's name? So Kate Sanderson was in it, Nicola Wright, Zane Altman, and Daniel Scott. Like there was a lot of, and Antonio Williams, she was pretty good. Like everyone in the movie was a good actor. The scenery was good, but you're right. They kind of dropped the ball on the monster itself.
Yeah.
And that's where they lose it for a lot of people, unfortunately. Which is a shame because the story themselves are like really good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to the bottom of that.
Are you reaching out, Dave?
Yeah, we'll reach out. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for the Icon Throwdown!
Which brings me to the Horror Icon Throwdown. We did Driller Killer 2, the movie, didn't we? We didn't do Driller Killer. That's not the name of the movie, Dave.
Slumber Party Massacre 2.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, I have a ukulele the same color as the electric guitar that the girl has in Slumber Party Massacre. So I went outside and did a little pose with my fingerless gloves and my PVD shirt, all rocking and rolling with my awesome sunglasses. And I did a throwdown with the Driller Killer versus me, Joshua, the Horror Depot, AKA. And guess who won?
AKA the Horror Dumpo.
Fuck you guys. I won. The fans voted for me. I was really happy about that. You know what? Your opinions don't matter because the foods have spoken.
Your opinions don't matter.
We need a recount.
Demand a recount. It's in the story.
Hey, Dave, don't you have a ukulele also? Yeah, fucking Ukulele Boys. Look at you.
Ooh, we should
Waiting
start
for that album. The fucking Ukulele Boys.
Oh, you know what we should do, Dave? We should do the drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot on the ukulele.
Drop it like it's hot.
I love it.
Now, wait. Now, Josh, since you beat out the Driller Killer, I need to see you versus Dave. see who the real ukulele boy is.
Wait a minute. Dave, isn't his name like Derek or something?
Oh yeah, Derek.
Derek.
It's Brandon, Joshua, and Derek.
I've been calling you Derek for years.
Wayne was that close to winning a T-shirt. He lost because he didn't know your name. Too bad we wasn't at Cheers. We didn't have the fucking movie streaming at Cheers because
where everybody knows your name.
Everybody knows your name. Don't fucking try to cut me off, you motherfucker. I was getting to the point. It was slow, but I was getting there.
It was taking too long. I got excited.
Slow, but I was getting there. I wanted
That's
to
why no one
it.
knows your name.
Oh man.
At Buttonwoods, where everyone doesn't know Dave's name.
Which is
Do I
really
look like it? Do I look like a Derek?
Years. Oh shit. I just want to throw out another one I did. I just want to throw this out. I did Lily Munster versus Morticia Adams, and I'm really upset that Morticia Adams won. I don't know if you guys are fans of the Munsters or not, but wasn't the mom super hot in the Munsters?
In both.
Yeah, I feel like
but the Adams family is so mainstream right now with this.
I guess so.
Everyone that you're having to cast votes because they're like so on Wednesday Adams. You know what I mean?
It's so hot right now.
Yvonne DiCarlo, that was her name. Yvonne DiCarlo had a really good look to her. Like it was unheard of for somebody to look like that. She was super hot. So I can't believe she didn't get votes. But now that you say that, I see why. They're coming out with another movie again anyway. So. All right. I'm done with my throwdowns. I won. That's all that matters.
All right.
Isn't that right, Derek?
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Derek versus Josh, the Ukulele Boys. Round 2.
Loving you is easy because you're beautiful. It's follower pick of the week.
All right, so moving on to our follower pick of the week. So the last one we did asked our followers to tell us what their favorite horror film is that is set in a hospital. And I guess this is no surprise, only to probably the people who actually made the film. But the winner was Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, not Rob Zombie Halloween 2. But yeah, a lot of people showed love to that film. We had some other great mentions like The Void, a bunch of other movies that aren't coming to my mind whatsoever. Yeah, Halloween 2. You guys know how I feel about Halloween 2, so that probably would have been my pick. Definitely my second pick would have been The Void. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Hospital Massacre.
Yeah, that was mentioned. Someone mentioned that one.
I really like that one.
Josh, let me ask you, is Hospital Massacre also X-Ray?
I believe it is. Like it's an alternate name.
Title, yeah. And you'll if you see the poster, I think that's the same one, but one will say X-Ray, one will say Hospital Massacre. It's like a Valentine's Day film, right?
I'm gonna look that up real quick because I thought I had. Yeah, it is X-Ray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So somebody voted for X-Ray, and then another person voted for Hospital Massacre.
Yeah, it's the same movie, but it was. So I think it was the deal where it was released as X-Ray, but that when the distributor got a hold of it, they changed it.
Yeah.
But they didn't change it everywhere. So in America, it was released as Hospital Massacre, but in the UK, it was different.
Yep. Somebody also mentioned Grave Encounters, which reminded me of how much I love that film. That's a good one too.
Wrong Turn 4. The one that when they were snowed in the hospital.
Isn't that was a hospital?
Yeah.
I love that one, but I couldn't remember what the setting was.
No,
I know it was like something that was closed. I couldn't remember. It was a hospital, or I thought it was like a ski lodge.
No, they were at the hospital. Remember when it first comes on? They killed the doctor when they was younger.
Oh yeah.
So
I love that one actually. That's like my favorite Wrong Turn. Yeah. Josh, did you ever watch all the Wrong Turns?
Nope, just the first one.
We've been telling you to watch those since 2018.
Well, what about Dream Warriors? That's a mental hospital.
Yeah, Dream Warriors. Someone did mention that, and yeah, I kind of don't even think of that one for some reason, and I love Dream Warriors. That's like one of my favorite films.
Session 9.
Yeah.
Dream Warriors. You know what's funny? I just found a video of my son when he was like 6 years old or 5 singing Dream Warriors, and I forgot to send it to you guys. The funniest thing ever.
That's awesome.
Send it.
Right.
Yes. Brandon, you mentioned Session 9. That was filmed over in Danvers. So that's like a kind of a local horror movie, which is cool. And Danvers obviously not standing anymore. So it's cool that they were, there's a little something that it's kind of like a better version of, we have that movie Exeter, which they filmed inside the LAD buildings. So it's kind of like a little like memory of something that's not there anymore, which is kind of cool.
And Dave, you were right. X-Ray was also called Be My Valentine on the pre-release. And then when it was released, they released it as X-Ray.
Cool. So I know stuff too. Awesome.
Good job, Derek.
All right. That's going to wrap up our weekly features.
All right. I want to give out a shout out to Sheila Marie. She was actually able to dress up as the Driller Killer 2 from Slumber Party Massacre 2. And if you go to her page, it's at Sheila_Marie. You can check out her story that's saved on her page, and you can see the process that she made for the Driller Killer 2. And if you really check it out, she's really talented. She really has some cool pictures. She was able to go down to that the theater where Joe Bob had that
that drive-in.
Yeah. And so she was like doing a bunch of pictures with everybody over there, like killing people. Because how did you find her? You found her. She was
she actually, the way I found her was she was posted a picture of her dressed as the Driller Killer from part 1. And then I looked on the page because I was like, oh, that's awesome, because I knew we were doing the event. And I scrolled down a little bit. I was like, oh shit, she did part 2. So that's awesome. So that was cool. That was a really creative cosplay.
Yeah, because everybody's sitting there saying,
up to the event, huh?
Yeah. Oh, they're racing. The Swedish horror guy is gonna love that.
Dude, that was the best. His post was like, they're gonna be filming Hocus Pocus 2. And all of a sudden drag racing is going to be in the back, and the PVD horror guys are going to be chasing them with brooms. I love that.
We're trying to record.
They are building the set for Hocus Pocus 2, like in Lincoln. So I'm going to go check that out in a little while when they finish that up. There's supposedly a bunch of like houses they're making right on a farm.
Yeah, Lauren's cousin was over there yesterday checking it out.
Nice.
Yeah, and down on Cranston at the Armory, like they're doing like the sound setup over there and everything. So that'd be cool.
That is
Did
cool.
you apply, Josh, to be in the movie?
I didn't even know. That's what I'm going to put down. I want to be Derek.
I just gave you guys machine gun middle fingers.
Adios, turd nuggets. Fucking grandma's boys.
Adios, turd nuggets.
Adios, turd nuggets.
Oh boy. So yeah, just kind of wrapping up. Shout outs to everybody that does the Friday the 13th cosplays, that shares them with us. I was featuring someone this week and I was like, wow, that guy's literally, a lot of them, we've been featuring them since we started our page in like, what was it, 2018? So it's kind of crazy because we're getting on, I think November is our anniversary of when we started PVD Horror, like as a social media page. So we'll be on year 3.
Crazy.
That's crazy. So people that like have been with us since day one is like, it's like crazy to think about. So we appreciate everybody that shares, all the new people that have started to share with us. Appreciate you guys just as much. Even if you caught on late, we're still glad to have you follow and just be able to interact with everybody. People doing the spooky sketch. I can't spooky sketch. spooky sketch. Oh, you guys, same with you guys. Some of some of you guys we've been featuring for ages now too. So it's awesome that we've been able to continue doing this and just stick with some of you guys and see some of your art evolve as well, which is cool. So Brandon, do me a favor, bud. So, can you tell everybody where, because we've been, posting and you've been showing off a lot of the merch you've been wearing lately and stuff like that. Can you tell people where they can get it?
Just hit us up in the DMs. Tell us what you like. Show you some options and stuff like that. But if you see something that's usually in the stories, let me know. And we can do the order there. And I can take payments through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. And you will have some PVD horror merch shipped out.
And if you just want our plain logo black t-shirt, we do have that up on Etsy. So that's still there as well if you guys want to just go through there. So it depends what kind of merch you want, but definitely hit us up if you guys are interested.
You can get a nice picture of Josh's face.
Oh boy. Yeah, that one right there.
Sell out 1 of 1.
And one other thing, we appreciate you guys who are listening to the podcast. We enjoy doing this, but we definitely need your guys' help to get the word out and get, keep this bad boy rolling. So if you guys can go on to whatever platform and rate and review, we'd very much appreciate it. We always like to share the reviews and give shout outs to those people. So, yeah.
Also, we made it to the Cranston Herald. We had a nice article in there about everything that we're doing with the community, the horror community in our hometown.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for the support. Check us out on social media. Follow us. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Catch us on all streaming platforms. And please rate and review. For all of us at PVD Horror.
This is Brandon.
This is Dave.
And this is Joshua.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks for tuning in.
What do you think about that new Halloween trailer? Hated it.
2 snaps and around the world. Or a dumpo.
Or a dumpo. Just do that on the page. The hell was that?
Oh, it's just horror dumpo.
What the fuck is that?
Horror dumpo.
What the fuck is that? Yes, I think so.
Fucking horror dumpo. All right.
I'm not watching your trailer anymore. I've had
You look like you're in the lab.
following me.
You look like you're in a lab.
Yeah, you look fucking crazy right now. You look like a crazy asshole.
I got to do it. Look at that.
Oh my god, you look like Captain Spaulding. Is that what you're going for?
He's like a fucking 85-year-old dude. I can't believe you just said that. That hurts my feelings, Steve. This is Joshua.
Josh, do you have the notes up? Because clearly you don't.
I do. I just didn't look at him.
This is Joshua.
I'm on purpose because you called me Captain Spaulding.
Fucking Krusty the Clown.
Hey! Wow, dude. We didn't even start and you already fucked up.
Game over.